What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Defying Fitness video. My name's Garrett, and today we have a shoulders and traps kind of upper region near your neck workout. Yesterday we hit a back and biceps workout, and we noticed that our traps and our shoulders could use a little work. So we have another quarantine series for you today. This is going to be quarantine shoulders and traps. It's going to be a great workout, so let's get right into this thing. Another thing, guys, I noticed that a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, which is totally fine, but I love it. If you go down, hit the red subscribe button in there, hit the bell notifications, that way you know that when I'm coming out with a new YouTube video. I know our next video after this, it'll be a day in the life of quarantine. As school wraps up, I want to kind of put in another video where you guys kind of see like my full daily routine whenever school's in session, and then I can film another one some other time this summer, just kind of like my day otherwise. But it'll be great. Hope that you guys are ready for it and excited. We're going to get right into this workout right now. It's going to be great. Let's get it. So as you guys probably know, shoulders and traps, they're kind of easier things to work, but most people often neglect them when comparing like their biceps. They're not really considered a full part of the arm. You have your bicep and your tricep, but no one really looks at the deltoid, which is your shoulder muscle in scientific terms. But no one really looks at it, and it makes it kind of hard to fully see what's kind of going around with it. I know I often neglect it. I try and do a push-pull legs workout normally. I'm sort of kind of switching that up right now, but it's interesting, and I kind of noticed that I neglect my shoulders in a way. So today we're going to really try to emphasize it with this workout with shoulders and traps. It'll be great, so let's get it. I just simply made just a book bag with it has some heavier set books in it, so we can really get a good pump. It's nothing too fancy. Everything works in quarantine, as long as you're putting some sort of stress and demand on your muscles, they'll grow as long as you're consuming enough protein and getting enough, getting your macro count for today. It'll grow muscle. So that's what we're really trying to focus on. I know that a lot of you guys probably don't have enough gym equipment at home. So we're working with our book bag and our books until gyms open back up. And if you are in a state with gyms open back up, you're so lucky. I'm kind of sick of working out in the basement, honestly. It's great, but I miss the gym atmosphere. I miss seeing my friends at the gym and stuff like that. So it's all an interesting concept. But yes, we're gonna get right into this. Our first exercise, we're gonna be doing single arm frontal raises. That way it really hits your front delt in your arm. So after doing frontal raises, we're going to get into our side delts, which is actually part of the bigger muscle of the deltoid. It's divided up into three sections: a frontal, a side, and an anterior. It's going to be great. We're going to do side raises, which are pretty typical, as you see most people do in gyms, just like that. It's an easy exercise, so let's get right into it. So right now we're getting into our posterior delt. That's kind of one of the things that's overlooked inside the whole entire deltoid muscle. When you think about it, you think of really cap shoulders. That's just your front delt and your side delt really getting work there. But a lot of people, they kind of totally forget about your posterior delt. So our first exercise is we're just going to what I like to call backward push-outs, which is pretty simple. You just get your book bag, you single arm it, and you just push it back so it flexes and starts to strain the muscle, which is good because that means it's breaking down muscle fibers. We're going to get right into this exercise right now. So our next exercise after doing posterior delt raises or backward delt push-outs is what I like to call them. We're going to get right into a really good overall shoulder workout. It's called a overhead press, and it's pretty simple. You're just taking your book bag from here to point B, which is totally arms up, and you're going to hold it for 1 to 2 seconds, maybe, depending. I like to hold it for 1 to 2. It really makes me feel like my shoulders are starting to cap off. All right, so our next exercise after doing that is we're gonna get into bent over shoulder raises. These are really simple, and I like it because you can really see all the definition that is starting to show on your shoulders. Just gonna bend over, get your book bag in both hands, and go from a 35-degree angle up to a full 90. You can just really see the progression start in your shoulders. All right, so now we're going to get into our traps. Your traps, you don't really think, or I often overlook them, just the same thing as my posterior delts. I don't really think about them a whole lot, but it's really important that you work them that way when you're squatting really heavy. Number one, your back doesn't hurt, or like the upper part of your back doesn't hurt because you build up your traps. And they're really good if you're playing contact sports and you just want to avoid a concussion or anything like that. Our first trap exercise we're going to get into is called shoulder chair raises. Basically what you're doing is you're grabbing a chair because it's a heavy object, or a heavier object compared to just a book bag with a couple books in it. You're just going to get the chair in your hands and you're gonna shoulder shrug basically. Shoulder shrug, and it's gonna really, you're gonna feel your traps. I'd recommend doing a lot of reps for this as the chair is a lighter weight. And let's get into it. All right, so for our next exercise, kind of towards the end of the workout, you want to do some resistance band work as that really starts to tear more and more of the muscle fibers as it's constantly putting a strain on it due to the resistance of it. We're going to get into shoulder press, a seated shoulder press, but with resistance bands. I totally recommend you guys getting some of these. They're totally helpful, especially if you don't have weights at home. You can totally do bicep, tricep, even chest workouts, back and biceps, you know, the whole deal. By the way, these things are great. I totally recommend it. Let's get right into this shoulder press. So for our next trap exercise, as we're kind of winding up this video, we're going to do resistance bands, shoulder shrugs again, really making sure that we focus on keeping our neck high and our shoulders elevated but they're backwards too. So you really squeeze the muscle, and we want to make sure that we're holding it for now like 5 seconds. And just like that, sorry guys, video's over. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching and checking this out. This whole YouTube experience has been amazing for me. I absolutely love making videos and producing content and stuff like that. So if you're not subscribed, please make sure that you do subscribe. Hit the bell notifications to know when I'm posting a new video. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram. I'll have a link for that in my Discord server in the description. In my Discord server, I kind of do like nutrition stuff, a lot of health, whether you're in a maintenance phase, a bulking phase, or in a dieting phase, or like a cutting phase. Do tips and stuff like that in there. We got gym memes and all sorts of things. So make sure that you follow me on Discord. Please make sure to like the video, smash that thumbs up button, and just have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys later.